Yo, welcome everybody to episode 2 of Meet at the 50. I think we should just get right into it. I believe that I know it. I've heard some people say like they liked it. I thought that was the worst week 1 I've ever watched. Like
Nah, yeah,
every
it
team
was.
looked terrible,
It was terrible,
horrible. You got every
except for
quarter.
me.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboy fan over here, 40-0. Um, last week we talked about fantasy defenses and like how like I wouldn't start anybody against like a good team. I think I would start Dallas.
Over anybody.
Oh, like yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
Dude, have you seen their schedule for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's who is it?
The Jets
The
and then the
Jets,
Cardinals.
the Cardinals. Yeah, so they're gonna have 100 fantasy points by week 3.
Oh my god.
So bad, dude.
Got me hyped.
So let's talk. How many leagues you in?
I'm in 3.
How many did you win?
I won all 3.
Nice. I believe I am 4-1.
Jesus Christ. 5
Remember
leagues.
when I told you I wanted to do one league?
Yeah.
Well, I just get suckered in, and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it
Okay.
when I really don't want to. But let's get right into it. So the number 1 tight end of the week was Hunter Henry. The tight end position is horrible. I will say I think I'm going to start every tight end against the Eagles if I could. Like if I was streaming tight ends, I would. They have no coverage linebackers at all, and without Nakobe Dean now that they're cooked.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
Nakobe Dean just got sent to freaking, what is it, IR?
I think it's like the 4-week IR, short-term IR. Yeah.
But no, see, Hunter Henry was just going crazy.
He's going nuts, dude. I thought it was Gronk for a minute. I was having
Dude.
flashbacks.
And they also have Gesicki along with him, and he's
Yeah.
still going crazy. It's insane to me. But yeah.
Gesicki, man, he just can't catch a break.
Nah, poor guy. They got added there to be like the guy.
Yeah.
And they got outshined by Hunter Henry immediately.
Hunter Henry just can do everything. Because he can block, he's always going to be on the field.
Yeah, especially for them too, with freaking Zeke and Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah. So Aaron Jones was your RB1 this week. How do you feel about that? Were you expecting any of that?
Of course not. It was just hilarious though, because I mean, as I did the pick'em last week, I was super low on the Packers and I was fairly high on the Bears.
Like, are you high on the Bears like in fantasy, or are you high on the Bears in general?
As a team, but the fact that
they were the worst team in the league last year.
That's fine, but the fact that they got gashed that bad by Aaron Jones is just wild to me. Because, dude, it was bad. Like, Aaron Jones was just popping off long runs. Well, they're not runs, like they're catches, but still, like they were long gains.
Right. Does the injury scare you at all?
What was it? It was a hamstring, right?
Yeah, he was grabbing his hammy at the end of the touchdown catch.
Well, I mean, I told you I wasn't worried about Cooper Kupp, and he got put on IR like the next day. So
yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. Hopefully, it's not that bad. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, like, if Aaron Jones is out, do you like the AJ Dillon? I think I'm over it. Dude, he burns me every year.
I mean, yeah, but like, because he's always splitting.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
when he was the only guy, like he was a legitimate RB1 in fantasy when it was just him.
Yeah, and he can catch passes too.
He'd be the only running back. I can't think of the third running back there right now.
I don't know.
Exactly. It's AJ Dillon. If Aaron Jones can't go, AJ Dillon becomes an instant RB1.
Is it bad I want Jordan Love to be good?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's just random.
Well, it's like my whole life I had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, right? On the Packers.
So you just want that to continue? Like,
I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like, I just think that's dope. Like, I wish I could. I mean, they only have 2 Super Bowls out of it, but like, I wish I had that stability at quarterback for 40 years.
No, that's got to end.
And before Brett Favre, it was Bart Starr.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Cooking. Like, what is it like? It's like a 30-year freaking run of just having quarterbacks. Like, hell no. No, hell no. I'm petty. I want them to be miserable. Hell no. I want the Packers to be dead.
So let's talk about God. This dude is God, Tyreek Hill.
That's my boy.
He's so good, man.
That's my boy.
He's wide open every play. You literally can't guard him. I mean, and when Tua underthrows him by 10 yards, he's so open he gets to it.
Well, I mean, you also got to keep in mind the Chargers really did the worst possible thing imaginable. Like their game plan for Tyreek Hill was moronic. They were going one-on-one with Tyreek Hill, and I was just like, why is he one-on-one with J.C. Jackson? The poor guy was getting fried all day.
It's terrible, man.
211 yards. It's just like
so bad.
No, but like seeing Tyreek Hill number one wide receiver, that made my day. Because what's it called? I mean, it won me my matchup in the standard league, but like had he not had that insane game, I would have lost.
Yeah, is Brandon Staley like he's got to get fired this year, right?
Dude, he's cooked. Like he shouldn't have even had a job this year.
Like just make Kellen Moore the head coach and just hopefully get somebody else to call the plays on defense because it's so bad. It's horrible. Their offense looked pretty good. It was well balanced. They ran the ball a lot,
which was surprising to me.
With Kellen Moore, that's surprising. Yeah, I feel like it was balanced with Kellen Moore.
It wasn't.
Outside of the year, Dak destroyed his ankle. I feel like
that's fine, but it wasn't. Dude, I always called him Galaxy Brain Kellen Moore, because it'd be like second and one. And it'd be like third and one, and he'd throw a bomb to the end zone.
He did that actually. It was third and one, and he threw a go route to Quentin Johnston. And
exactly. It's Galaxy Brain Kellen Moore. My man just does not want. He just like, no, I don't want a first down. Fuck it. I want a touchdown.
Right.
I want a bomb.
Is next week going to be Waddle's week?
What do they play?
Let me see. I can check right now. They play
New England.
Do they play New England?
No. It's still going to be Tyreek. Tyreek is motivated to get to that 2K.
He can get it with 80 yards instead of – if he gets 80 yards, he'll have 300 in 2 weeks. He's still on pace for it.
He's going to get like 180.
Yeah, for your fantasy team?
Man, dude, I needed it so bad. My God. Because what's his face? And I thought I was sitting pretty. I was like, all right, I bet I'm up 15. Going into Sunday night, I got my man Darren Waller. I got my man Graham Gano. And they gave me 1 point total.
What? Waller didn't catch a pass?
He got 3 points. I'm telling you, standard. He got 30 yards. And then Graham Gano missed 2 field goals.
See, I said he didn't catch a pass because I forgot Graham Gano had 0 points because the Giants didn't score. The Giants didn't score. -2. Yep. You lose points for missed field goals.
Yep.
Get rid of kickers. Is Tua the MVP this year?
Right now.
Like, will he have a chance at it at the end of the year, you think? Staying healthy.
If the Dolphins keep it up. Because you know how they are. They're like, okay, if it's a trash team, they're not going to take it into account. Like, but right now, if
I think it's easily their division, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen all I need to see out of Buffalo last night.
Well, now it is.
Yeah.
The fact that Aaron Rodgers died in play 3.
Dude, that shit sucked. That was so bad. I felt so bad, dude.
It was so sad. It was
him running on the field with the flag. Could you imagine being a Jets fan? Like, I know being a Cowboy fan is hard. Trust me. But a Jets fan got to be – dude, it's
you get a semblance of life. Like, you see –
like, we have a top 5 quarterback ever.
We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. And he's just like – he's running down the tunnel with the freaking American flag on 9/11. You're just like, this is our guy.
Literally.
It's like we're ready. Like we're about to make some noise on national television. And then 3 plays later, my man dies right on the field. And like you didn't even think it was anything serious because he just stood up like normally, and then he just went back down. You're like, oh my God.
I thought he was milking it. When they said ankle, I was like, he's milking an ankle injury. But I mean, you can't milk a torn Achilles.
You can literally see it pop.
And you saw it like pop. Yeah, the tendon just popped.
Hey, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the Barstool tweeted? But yesterday there was there's a Wisconsin bar that they have this like promo thing where if the Jets lose, like you get free drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But like Aaron Rodgers has to be the starting quarterback. So yesterday, Aaron Rodgers started the game.
Right. And
the promo was in effect. So when play 3 happened and he went down, you could already imagine the bar.
Yeah.
Like the environment in the bar. Everybody was going crazy. They were like, oh my God. Like they were celebrating, but like they and it was like it was on the news. So they were like interviewing the people. It was like, he's Aaron Rodgers, like he's our guy. Like I don't want to be happy, but like I'm thinking with my wallet right now, and we're basically getting free. Like, you could run up the tab, and nothing's gonna. It's free drinks for the entire night.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what the promo was. So like all these people, they were celebrating, justifiably so, and they start running up the tab,
Yeah.
and the and it's like you could basically do a little SpongeBob thing like 2 hours later or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You just see everybody miserable. Like
Dude.
they're just like dude, they just we just ran up this tab. Like, we just drink so much, like we can't afford this.
Yeah.
And like they're starting to notice, like, oh my god, like we have to pay for this because Josh Allen just threw the game away.
Dude. I just, like, if I was at the stadium, I'd probably leave, dude. Like,
after Aaron Rodgers got hurt?
Yeah, like, I'm probably leaving. And like, and if any Jet fan did, I don't think that's them being a bad fan. Like, dude, it's over. Like, we sucked so long, and like you said, we finally have hope. We get a top 5 quarterback ever, and in 3 seconds, it's over.
Well, because, like, think about it. The way they are now, nothing changed.
Yeah, it's the way they were last year.
Like, the offseason did nothing. Like, basically, like, what they are now.
They got Mercedes Lewis and Randall Cobb, bro.
Exactly. Nothing changed.
Yeah.
The only thing that changed is that they lost the 2nd-round pick.
Yep. Literally.
That's all it was. Like, nothing changed. And like I could feel it. Like, yo, like these guys are I could understand if they're, miserable right now because like nothing changed.
Right. Dude. I might contemplate like jumping off the stadium or something.
Oh my god.
Like it gets that bad.
Nah, it's not. But Jesus Christ, like I just gotta feel for Jets fans because nothing, dude. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. You were getting Aaron Rodgers. You're like, all right, we got some stability on the offense. We have a QB. Okay, he might not be what he used to be, but at least he will not look like a doofus on the field.
Yeah, like he has a brain.
Yes, he has a brain.
Like, for instance, when Peyton sucked that Super Bowl year, he still had his brain.
Yeah.
Like, you can't teach smarts. Like, you just can't.
You just have to have it.
Yeah.
And just nothing changed. And this is so bad for Zach Wilson too, because like I was thinking, like, this is just perfect for him. He could be the Jets' Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Like he could sit behind Rodgers for like 1 or 2 years and just learn, just sit and learn. And like you saw it with Jordan Love week 1, like he looked completely different than when he just got thrown into the fold and said, all right, make it happen. But like before, it was just he looked like a deer in headlights. But yesterday, or like Sunday, he looked good. Like
he did look pretty good.
He looked good. Like he looked like the number 2 Q, like the top 2 QB in the league.
Yeah.
Everybody else was trash, but
yeah, I mean everybody else was terrible. We'll get to that later. How every quarterback was awful. But I will say, I just feel like he's not going to like recover from this torn Achilles. But like I low key want him to, and I want them to win a Super Bowl with him at quarterback. Like I want that to happen next year. It's not going to.
It's super unlikely.
I want it to happen.
My man is what, 41?
Yeah.
He's 41.
Yeah,
he just tore his Achilles.
Like James Robinson tore his Achilles and he was horrible.
I mean, but because like the thing is with the torn Achilles, like that's a death sentence. Yeah. Like in any sport, if you tear your Achilles, it's just he's 39 years old. 41 was an exaggeration, but still, 39, 40 years old with a torn Achilles, like nah, you're cooked. Like it's over. It's just like that's the one injury. Like before, it used to be, oh, you tear your ACL, like oh, you're cooked for the rest. No. Now it's if you tear your Achilles, like you're done.
I mean,
like,
we could talk about torn ACLs. I mean, Breece Hall looked like Adrian Peterson, and Javonte Williams looked pretty good. So
there you go.
It doesn't even matter.
They can come back with torn ACLs now. Like it's very normal. But like with the torn Achilles, tell me somebody that tore his Achilles in football. Because like I mean, you could say Kevin Durant, but even Kevin Durant hasn't looked the same.
Yeah, I mean.
The only guy that I
want to say Donta Foreman, but like, but he said he was terrible for 3 years before he got good.
but even now, he's not even what he used to be.
Yeah,
this dude was a Doak Award winner at Texas.
Cam Akers took all last year, but he ended well last year. But he looks
What
terrible.
about week 1? 2022 carries, 29
We'll
yards.
talk about that later. That was bad. But now let's talk about Deontay Johnson got hurt.
Yeah, he did.
So
Freiermuth got hurt.
Do you think it's time for George Pickens?
It is time for George
Are
Pickens.
we finally going to see it?
Like I said last week, it all depends on Kenny
Pickett, who looked terrible.
It all depends on Kenny, who looked awful.
Brock Purdy's the best quarterback in the league, by the way, apparently.
Brock Purdy is fantastic. I'm so glad that all this hate that he was getting in the offseason because of Trey Lance, saying, "Oh, Trey Lance is they're making a mistake." No, but it was everywhere.
No, but that's just stupid.
It is.
I didn't believe in Brock Purdy just because I didn't believe in Brock Purdy, but the Trey Lance stuff is ridiculous.
People are too prideful. Yeah. They have too much pride. They're like, okay,
John Lynch, he said we're good.
And that's why what he did was, I said shout out. Because any normal human, they're very prideful. Any normal human will be like, you know what? I spent this much to trade up for the number 3 pick. I am not going to be made to look like an idiot. I am going to try to make this work.
Yeah.
And that's a very logical way of thinking.
Yep.
But it is also very prideful. And if your best option, and it has been shown that your best option was a guy that was Mr. Irrelevant in a draft, and he hasn't, put the ball in danger, he's making the correct reads and the right plays, and he's making all the throws that you ask of him, why would you go away from that?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Sure, he might not be the most talented guy in the world. Trey Lance has talent. Everybody knows that. His ceiling is immense, but a ceiling doesn't matter if what you currently are isn't up to snuff.
Right.
Right now, what Brock Purdy is higher, way higher than what Trey Lance is right now. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Ceiling doesn't matter in that situation where you're trying to win right now. Brock Purdy gives them the best chance to win right now.
He does.
And Trey Lance's ceiling? Yeah, Trey Lance's ceiling, sure.
He's in and that's the thing. Trey Lance is now in a good spot.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you're a moron and just hate Dallas, nobody's taking Dak's spot. So he has a year or two,
and he's not even eligible to play.
Dak. Exactly.
But yeah, I was still saying with Trey Lance, his ceiling is immense. Everybody knows his ceiling is immense. What Brock Purdy is right now, that's what the Niners need. They need Brock Purdy right now, a guy that protects the ball, a guy that can make every throw, and that's just how it is. But like I was saying with Kenny Pickett over here, he's not doing that for the freaking Steelers.
No, he's not.
He's not protecting the ball. He's forcing things, and you saw that. Again, granted, the Niners is still a very elite defense, and he looked like a second-year guy. But George Pickens goes as far as Kenny Pickett goes. It's that simple.
I agree.
George Pickens, as good as he is, he's not a Garrett Wilson.
Do you think so? You think Garrett Wilson's still going to be fine?
You saw that touchdown.
I know, yeah, but he also had nothing before that.
That's fine, but look at that touchdown.
I know how good Garrett Wilson is.
Garrett Wilson could, look at last year too. Last year he was offensive rookie of the year. Look who his quarterbacks
1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Mike White.
Yeah, Zach Wilson and Mike White.
Did he have Joe Flacco, or was that the year before?
No, I think he had Joe Flacco. He had all three.
No,
regardless.
I believe Joe Flacco started the season.
Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you,
dude, he was gonna go crazy, bro.
He was. You could tell that his morale deflated when he saw Rodgers.
Absolutely, everybody did.
But with George Pickens, just to go back to it, he is a fantastic player. He has all the opportunity in the world now with Deontay Johnson being hurt and Freiermuth being hurt, maybe out. I don't know. He's questionable. But if Kenny Pickett is average,
right?
Literally, you're just asking for average. George Pickens will be going through the roof, but I'm not going to give any, expectations with Pickens until I see something from Pickett. Yeah. And I think that's fair to say.
Right. I will say we were both right about one thing. I still think Najee Harris blows.
Yeah, that dude.
Like he's cooked. Like I would try to unload him, and hopefully somebody's a sucker. And it's
Dude,
not only because I think he sucks. Like I just think Jalen Warren's good. He played often.
yeah, you saw it. Like what I
Yeah.
said, that Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, it wasn't an exact split,
No.
like 50-50, but it was like the 60-40 that I said.
Right.
Jalen Warren was going to get more opportunities. Granted, both of them, I mean, didn't look as fantastic. Nobody on the Steelers.
Nobody did. No.
Nobody did. They just got absolutely manhandled by the Niners. But if you look at the percentages and how much they got used, you will see that there is going to be a committee approach with that team.
Yep.
And
it goes to show you, though, because they never have committees in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's always been one guy.
They've never been committees. So it goes to show you what they think of Najee Harris. Because, like, D'Angelo Williams was good, but he didn't get play unless Le'Veon Bell went down. D'Angelo Williams is better than Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even close.
Time? Yeah, he was.
So, like, it just goes to show you that they don't like Najee Harris. They don't trust him.
No. I mean, I wouldn't either at this point.
Dude, he looks so sluggish, too. Like, Plotter is him.
Did you saw that 21-yard run, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh, Najee Harris might be." Dude, it was the slowest 21 yards I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
I'm not worried about the 21-yard run.
It was just but like even with that, he still finished with a super inefficient day.
He was terrible.
Even with the 21-yard run.
I think he had like 5 for 23. And like I gotta go double check here.
So that means he had 4 carries for 2 yards.
He had 6 carries for 31 yards. So he had 4 carries for 10 yards other than that.
Yeah, there you go.
So, well, 5 carries for 10 yards, which is worse. So there it goes.
Who did the Steelers play this week?
The Steelers play
Was
Cleveland.
The Browns?
They're going to lose that too. Monday night. Why is there 2 Monday night games on at the same time?
I think they always do that.
Not
at the same time?
Though. Yeah, like 7 and 8. There's a 7 o'clock game and an 8 o'clock game. There's usually like a 7 o'clock game and then a 10:30 game, which is West Coast.
I didn't know that. Oh my god.
I can tell you right now, it makes no sense. Hold on.
That is absurd.
It's Saints Panthers at 7:15 and Browns Steelers at 8:15.
That is absurd.
It's time to go to bed Monday night. That's what that's telling
me. I didn't even think that they were like. I knew there was a doubleheader. Like I thought it was a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Not a. Oh no, they're both going at the same time.
It's terrible.
Oh my god.
That's awful.
Jesus.
I know this is your boy Austin Eckler. He's hurt. He got an ankle injury.
I don't have him in any leagues, but yeah.
He got an ankle injury. How bad do you think it is? You think it's bad at all? I mean, he finished the game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but just I don't know. It's just with Eckler, he's always gonna have something.
Always.
There's not a season where he doesn't have something. But I mean, they would have been treated more serious than just saying it's like, oh, his participation in practice isn't like known as of now.
Right.
But if it was more serious, they'd be talking about, oh, he'd be going to see like a specialist or an MRI or something.
Yeah, I don't.
Or an X-ray.
I don't think it's anything serious.
I don't think it's anything serious. I mean, he might not practice this week. I don't think that matters as long as he practices like I think on Friday.
Yeah.
Even if it's limited, I think he'd be fine.
Right.
It's just, but even with that, and I know this is off topic with the injury. I hate it. I hate the Chargers offense so much, just because of how much I played. Just when I played them against I played Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler last week.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times that they got to the 1-yard line
in
that game versus the Dolphins pissed me off so much. Austin Eckler had 2 1-yard touchdowns. He had 2 1-yard touchdowns. Herbert snuck one in. Mm-hmm. And then Joshua Kelly vultured the other one.
Yeah.
It's just infuriating. Dude, I was watching Red Zone, seeing them in the 1. Every time I was just like, please, God, why? Like, why are they always getting stopped at the 1?
Dude,
and that's why Austin, that's
always been like that too.
Exactly. If you look at Austin Eckler.
Luckily now they don't have Melvin Gordon to fumble at the 1.
Well, yeah.
Like they used to, but
you saw Eckler, how he had, 18, 20 touchdowns last year?
Yeah, that's why.
Like 10 of them, at least 10.
Yeah.
And I know that's not like an actual number. I'm just guessing at the top of my head.
You're probably right.
At least 10 of them had to be 1 yard out.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, no exaggeration.
But yeah, like I mean, with Eckler, who knows? Maybe he's fine. I think he's fine. I'm like 80% sure he's fine.
No, I think he'll play.
I mean, yeah.
Like I think he'll log that Friday limited practice, which means he'll play.
Mhm.
Now, before we get to your favorite topic, I want to talk about all the quarterbacks that literally got paid, and they all played bad.
Lamar,
Hurts, Burrow. Herbert didn't play bad, but he didn't it was nothing like he didn't play like Tua.
No, Tua was insane.
Which that beef is hilarious, like online. The Dolphin Chargers beef. It's so good.
Well, yeah, because what was it? Tua got taken 4th, and Herbert got taken 5th.
And then Herbert was amazing, which I believe he's still better than Tua, but
so much better.
Yeah, but Miami fans are saying, "Oh, Tua's better." Charger fans are saying Herbert's better. It's great.
You know what's sad? As good as Herbert is, he might be that class's Phillip Rivers. And it's so funny because it's the same exact team. It's the same exact team. Like Phillip Rivers, he wasn't no bum. Like he was a great quarterback when he was playing.
Yeah.
But he didn't win anything.
Nope.
And that was due in part with the team being what it is. And with Brandon Staley there, I cannot just see Phillip Rivers and Herbert being the same person. I think Staley sets a cap on that ceiling, and the cap is just make the playoffs. That's the cap.
What I never understood is how a defensive coordinator gets a head coaching job, and their defense always kind of sucks when they're the head coach.
Except Robert Saleh,
yeah. But Dan Quinn,
when he was a coach, yeah, the Falcons
the Falcons defense were terrible. And as a coordinator, he's God. I just don't understand that.
With the Legion of Boom, and now with the
Jim
Cowboys,
Schwartz, his defense sucked too in Detroit.
Yeah, now look at him with the freaking Browns.
And before that, the Eagles. He won a Super Bowl. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, it does a little bit. I could, and it's a college example, but it also works with offense. And this is me being a homer. Look at the Longhorns with Sark.
Yeah.
Not now, obviously, because now they're good. But in the first 2 years of Sark's tenure, the offense was rah.
Right.
It wasn't anything special. Or I could even go further than that. With Tom Herman. Tom Herman was the offensive coordinator for the Ohio State championship team in 2014. He led Cardale Jones, QB3, to a national championship.
Yeah.
So when he got to Texas and he was the OC, because, entitled, the OC was Tim Beck or Mike Yursich, who's at Penn State now. But the OC was Tom Herman.
Right.
And the offense was awful. It wasn't good at all. And, I feel the reason is because, as a head coach, they have more added responsibilities. They have to keep in mind with the whole team. They can't just focus on one, area. Yeah. Which, when they were coordinators, they're like, all right, bet I'm just focusing on the defense and that's all me. But as a head coach, you got to focus on the discipline.
That's true.
You got to do all that. It's more responsibilities.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still weird.
It shouldn't be that bad.
It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, the Chargers defense is horrid. And they can't defend the pass, they can't defend the run. It doesn't matter.
And even the Dolphins' run game isn't even this powerhouse of a freaking run game. They couldn't stop it to save their life.
It's ridiculous, dude.
They couldn't stop it to save their life. Ahmed was getting yards.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, to be honest.
And then Burrow being trash is just
Burrow. I mean, he was kind of bad at the beginning of last year too. Yeah. But I think after Rodgers got hurt, they need to be careful. Rodgers had the calf injury.
I'm gonna just say that with Burrow, I'm gonna just chalk it up to him not having a training camp. That's all I'm gonna chalk it up.
Training camp, yeah. I'm gonna chalk it up to every one of them dudes who didn't look as good or sucked as not playing the preseason. Lamar, no preseason. Hurts, no preseason. Burrow, no preseason. None of them.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna chalk it up to.
Week 1 is literally preseason now.
Yeah, I mean, there was the 4th week, wasn't it? Well, they skipped the week last week.
They used to play week 3 and then bench everybody week 4 of the preseason.
Yeah.
That's usually what used to happen.
But now they're still benching week 3.
Yeah, they're just
They just
benching
moved it
everybody.
back. Yeah.
And like it goes to show you why like Richardson didn't look that bad.
Yeah, he played the entire preseason.
Yeah, he played the entire. He looked horrible in it, but I mean, apparently that didn't matter.
He looked so good against the Jags.
Yeah, we'll talk about rookie quarterbacks now. He did look very good against the Jags.
I was very
And then he
impressed.
got rocked at the end of the game.
I mean, yeah, that poor guy.
Horrible.
I saw him get hurt. Oh my god, it got worrisome. I was like, no way, no way that man Steichen already got his QB1 already injured just on a QB power.
Yeah, he got killed.
Yeah, but no.
And then the GOAT came in. Gardner
Minshew. That pissed me off.
He always finds a way to play.
I wanted to see my boy. I want to see my boy Sam, but I don't think he's eligible because he's QB3. But yeah.
Nah.
No, but no, the rookie
Bryce
QBs
Young
all
looked terrible.
Bryce. That's what I was gonna go up to. Bryce Young didn't. I mean,
nah. He has no help though. Like
his receivers couldn't get any separation at
Miles
all.
Sanders sucks. Chuba Hubbard's terrible.
Yeah, but like the thing the thing that was said about the Panthers is just that their receivers that they have, they were never like separation guys.
No.
Like if you look all the people that they have,
well, they had one.
And he's hurt.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. Oh well, DJ Moore.
Yeah. One, that's who I met, but Adam Thielen, right?
No. I'm talking about DJ Chark.
Oh, DJ Chark. Is he separation though?
He is a separation. He's a speed guy. He could outrun anybody.
Yeah, but like there's a difference between like separation, like Antonio Brown, and separation, like
I mean, yeah, but like I'm not talking about like with the route running. Like he could just outrun the defense.
No,
yeah, he was good for. Like Bryce, having him for Bryce.
He was so good in Jacksonville, though. By the way, his first 2 years.
It was 1 year. It was 1 year. It was 1 year. No. Actually, look it up. It was 1 year.
His second year wasn't good until he got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. It was 1 year.
Yeah,
it was insane when I looked it up too. I was like, dang, like I think of DJ Chark, like this dude's a dog.
Yeah,
but nah, like what they needed DJ Chark. Well, what they had. Terrace Marshall Jr. is another guy that they really would have helped them out. But what they have now, Mingo, like when he was in college, he was in a guy that created separation. He was he's a big body guy. Like he's a guy that he's just gonna get like his yards on contested catches, or he will get his possession catches. But with Adam Thielen, like that, dude, he's cooked.
Yeah, he's
like I'm sorry, he's cooked. And then the other receiver, what's it called? Who else do they have? Who else do they have?
That's it. You said them all. You said Marshall, Thielen, Mingo.
But I don't think Marshall played. Did Marshall play?
I don't know.
I don't think he did. But like even then, like it's just Bryce had no help. And that's just how it was. Like that man he had to fill his balls into tight windows, and that's it. And because of that, the safeties and the DBs, they didn't respect the receivers for anything. No. They were just breaking on everything because they could afford to do that. And he paid the price. He threw his 2 picks, and they were right to Jesse Bates. He didn't have to do anything.
Dude.
It was just straight to his chest. But yeah,
he's probably the best safety in the league, by the way.
Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
I mean, for coverage, I'll give it to him. Good coverage safety.
The Bengals are gonna miss him.
No, well, yeah. I mean, you could tell that.
Yeah, you could tell that right away.
You could tell with the week 1.
So CJ Stroud.
I'm not hyping up anything.
I'm not hyping up anything. He looked better than Bryce Young, but
I mean, yeah, but like that's comparing apples to oranges. Like
they
were never in the game.
No.
Never.
How long before we see Will Levis did? Because I mean, that was horrible.
Again, I don't think he's eligible, but
I mean, he could be eligible tomorrow if they wanted to, right? Well, he's just not active. But
I was just shocked to see Tannehill do that bad. He's not good. Like I know he's not good, but like, dude, what was it? 3 picks, 4 picks?
3 picks, yeah.
Like, and they weren't even like.
If they just ran the ball with Derrick Henry the whole game, they probably win.
Yeah, but there were stupid picks. Like it was just like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Like his picks were just like, what are you doing? Like he was never that bad.
No.
But like seeing that week 1 against the Saints did everything in their power to give that game up. Like the Saints aren't good.
No.
And the Ryan Tannehill made them look otherworldly.
Is there anything worse than Derek Carr crying for no reason, like all the time?
There's nothing worse than that.
I want to win for the city. You said that about Vegas too and Oakland, like moron.
But nah, freaking the Saints are cooked. The Titans. I mean, I I'd see another week with Tannehill,
I
even
mean,
though.
my thing with the Titans is because they have a good coach, I think they'll always be in games. Like, I can't ever see Tennessee getting blown out, ever.
I mean, I can.
I can't because of how good their coach is. But now, let's talk about your boy, and let's talk about that whole team.
They were my division winner.
I didn't think Tyler Algier would get that much run, like at
got
all.
15 carries.
Yeah, like I thought he'd get like 5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
15 is nuts. He outcarried Bijan.
He did. Bijan got like 10, I think.
Yeah, 10 for 51, right?
Yeah, 10. 10 for,
they
both ran for 5 yards per carry. They were both gashing the Panthers, like I told you.
Good. They ran 48 plays, and 70% of their touches went to both of them running backs.
Exactly.
And if Cordell Patterson played, it might have been 80%.
No, he didn't. I think he was a healthy scratch.
Yeah, but I'm saying like because they like to get him involved. So
yeah, but no, like I said it from the beginning that Arthur Smith was gonna use Bijan as much as he wanted to. Yeah. And what did I say? When Tyler Algier is in the backfield, where's Bijan gonna be?
Out wide.
He was in the slot.
Yeah.
And Arthur Smith did exactly what I thought he was gonna do with Bijan.
That one-handed catch was disgusting.
He had the one-handed catch. He had the touchdown catch, which was insane. And it just shows you he's not just a running back. I've been saying it forever. He's not just a running back. He can catch the ball. He can run routes. And with that offense, with Arthur Smith, that just says, I am going to pound this rock down your throat, and you can't do anything about it, because Algier had a great game.
Phenomenal game
with his 15 carries, which is insane.
So good.
And they were all efficient. Like, he was running the ball hard and well. Mm-hmm. Bijan, he got 10 carries, and with that, he still had his 5 yards per carry. He got his 20-yard run, which was disgusting as well.
Yep.
He had the receiving touchdown. And Ritter didn't do anything. I mean, that's safe to say. He had a pretty bad game. But what more does he have to do? If the floor for Ritter not doing anything,
he hasn't had a turnover in all 5 of his starts, though, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, okay. But like
I'm just saying, that's how you win games. Like, it doesn't
turn the ball over, especially for that kind of offense.
Right.
If you're gonna turn the ball over and you're just gonna be running the ball, it's just the recipe for disaster.
Right.
And that's what happened with.
He's not making bad plays. He just does the right thing.
A perfect example of that is, I'm going back to college, is Alabama. They want to run the ball. They want to get, they want to run it down your throat, and they want to play a methodical offense. Well, Jalen Milroe turned the ball over a lot. He turned it over twice and gave Texas plus territory twice, and they scored off of that. And, for the Falcons, it's the same thing. Like, you're not going to win games by doing that. But even, like I said, with Ritter, if the floor of them is playing that bad, like him not doing anything, just he basically did nothing. Drake London didn't even get a catch.
Yeah.
That man did nothing. If the floor for that offense is what we just saw on Sunday, they're going to be a good team.
They are going to be good.
Because they got 24 points. Granted, they got them off of turnovers as well.
But
they got 24 points just running the ball.
That's what I'm saying. But like that excuse is kind of annoying to me, because points are points. It shouldn't matter how you get them. They capitalize when they needed to capitalize. A lot of teams would have got that ball and kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
Or didn't score. They had to punt.
Yeah, but still, like you said, the Algier and Bijan accounted for 70% of the offense.
Disgusting. That's just nuts.
And it's just, you don't see that in today's game.
No, you don't.
And Ritter having that is the floor. That is the literal floor. My man he barely got over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Passing. That is the absolute floor. If, just passes a little bit more, they'll be fine. Because
Are you over Kyle Pitts?
No, I'm not. It was just, he still played great.
I know, it's definitely not his fault at all. But, at some point, I got to see, a big game.
You didn't see that? Okay, I mean, granted, it wasn't. He didn't have that big game like you said, but he got them in the goal to go on a
No,
freaking.
100%. Like he made a play when they needed to make a play. But dude, I don't ever want him on my fantasy team because I don't know. He's getting either 0 points or 6.
I mean, but that's every tight end.
Yeah, but I'm about to punt the tight end. I was just going to talk about that. Like if I don't have Kelsey or Andrews, like I'm punting the position.
Yeah,
Just give me an extra roster spot at this point.
Waller did nothing.
No,
Kittle did nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Kittle did nothing. Freaking Hawkinson, I don't know if he did anything. I didn't pay attention to that game. I'm assuming he did nothing.
Yeah.
Because
no, he had 11 points, I think.
Okay, well, he was the best of the freaking top 5 of the tight ends.
Yeah.
Because everybody else did nothing. Darren Waller
Goddard
0. Kittle, like 3.
Yeah.
Freaking Waller in PPR 6.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, like I'm guessing 6 or 7. I didn't even pay attention to it. I just know he had like 30 yards off of that one big reception. Kelsey didn't play. Andrews didn't play.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, Hunter Henry was tight end 1.
Tight end 1.
And it just
I guarantee you he's not owned in your league.
Like I was saying, nobody started him.
No.
Nobody started Hunter. The people that started Hunter Henry are people that are in 20 people leagues.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't even think
even then, like you might not start him, right?
Yeah.
Like I probably would have started Gesicki over him. Like I'm being serious.
Fair.
Like if I had to pick one, fair. Yeah.
That is very fair. It just makes sense. Just the tight ends were just nothing.
Horrible.
Nothing at all.
Now, I need to talk about Josh Allen for a minute. So Josh Allen, I always thought he was amazing.
I mean, yeah, you said he was going to be the best QB out of the draft.
I did say that.
But I mean, I was super wrong too. I said it was going to be Baker. But yeah.
I mean, dude, like I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know if Brian Dabble is that important, but he looks horrible. He looks like Wentz, bro. I had to watch Wentz after he tore his ACL and he sucked. That's what he looks like. He's throwing like Whitehead was running routes for him. He was like, oh, he's open.
Dude, that one pick where he threw the bomb to Stephon Diggs. I have no idea why. It just made no sense. Like he threw a bomb into double coverage. Like it just made 0 sense. I didn't see the other 2 picks, but I'm guessing it's the same thing. Like it was just.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The third one was in triple coverage.
Like what is he seeing?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. It's frustrating because I was so high on him, but he looks horrible.
And people still had their high hopes for him. Not hopes. Like they looked at him highly because of his fantasy.
Yeah.
Like how we always say, like with a lot of people's opinions of players stem from fantasy football. And Josh Allen was prime example of that. I don't think anybody would say that his 2022 year was otherworldly. I don't think anybody would say that he was that great last year.
His 2021 was amazing. It was MVP.
His 21 was amazing, but like it's 2022.
No.
Like I'm guessing nobody's saying that. But in fantasy, what was he, like a top 3 QB?
Yeah, always.
Exactly.
I mean, even when he sucked, he was like top 10 just because he runs. Yeah.
So like a lot of people's opinions are based off of fantasy football. And seeing that last year, it was, they're like, all right, well, I'm okay. He might be good. Like he still might be good. But like this year,
no,
with that start, it just
and
makes you think.
I know it's week 1, and we talked about how like every quarterback kind of looked bad.
Every quarterback have a good defense.
Yeah, the Jets have probably the best defense in the league.
Well, but yeah.
I mean, okay, Cowboys, but like, well, they have the best defense in the AFC. There's no debating that, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, dude, he looked horrible. He always looks bad against the Jets, though. But that was just different. Like,
it's just. I mean, yeah, like I said, if earlier people's opinions on him were high because of fantasy football, imagine now, like people are gonna start to like be like, yo, like something's up with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like he's not this otherworldly QB. Like I can't tell you like what his points were last week, but I'm not guessing it's good. He had 4 turnovers. Yeah, he had 4 turnovers. He had 1 touchdown.
Now,
was it 1 touchdown or 2? Because I know he threw into Stephon Diggs.
It was 2.
Who got the other touchdown?
I don't know. How did he get 9? He finished with 12 points though.
I know Stephon had 1 of them.
He only had 1. He had 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 36 rushing yards, and a fumble.
Yeah. The touchdown was to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
That was it.
Right.
That was it.
Now, speaking of Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, it was reported like a week ago that Josh Allen has like a poor work ethic. Now, I mean, that's like, I wanted to bring that up today. Like, Jason Whitlock said that. Jason Whitlock's a dumbass, but I mean, Stephen A. Smith, also a dumbass, but like he's reported that like him and Diggs aren't seeing eye to eye because Josh Allen's work ethic is bad. So, I mean, if that has anything to do with it, it wouldn't shock me because he's getting progressively worse. Yeah. Just how like Wentz got progressively worse because they don't learn from their mistakes.
They just keep doing
doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's sad, really. But now here's what you've been waiting for. Now here's a guy. Let's talk this up. This is going to be our section where we talk about who we believe you should be picking up in your fantasy league. Who's your guy?
I mean, the one is for everybody. I don't know if anybody knows about Eckler being hurt or whatever. Yeah. But the main guy.
I would pick him up regardless. Like, if Eckler's, we don't know if Eckler's out, but like, if Eckler was ruled out today, right? Let's just say, I'd put like 35% of my fab budget on Josh Kelly.
I'd put like 60.
Maybe. That's a lot.
I'm putting 60.
Look, you know how I feel about UCLA, bro.
Yeah, but like still, Joshua Kelly.
I like Joshua Kelly. UCLA and Penn State are like the only two college teams I watch because I like Chip Kelly, and Penn State's Penn State. Like I'm from Philly, right? But Josh Kelly, I think he's a pretty good back.
Yeah, but like for what he is right now, he's good. He's good for flex.
Yeah, and maybe. Look, people were starting Zeke and Pollard.
Yeah.
We're talking about Kellen Moore here. People were starting Zeke and Pollard. Zeke was getting your 10 to 12, and Pollard was popping off last year. But both were startable. Mm-hmm. And that could be this backfield, regardless if Austin Eckler's out. Yeah.
But if
Eckler's out, he's RB1 outside. Yeah,
RB1. Because like I said, and
I'm starting him over a lot of dudes. Like I can go down the list if Austin Eckler was.
And out. Like I was saying, it's very aggravating. That Chargers offense is very aggravating because it gets stopped at the 1.
But that's good for him.
It's perfect for Joshua Kelly because he's going to be getting those 1-yard touchdowns.
Even if Eckler's there, like if Eckler breaks a 62-yarder like he did last week, and that's why Joshua Kelly got his touchdown. Like, okay.
It's just, it's perfect. Yeah. Like I feel like the number one guy that people should be good. Everybody's enamored with Puka Nacua. Okay. He had his decent game. I'm not buying it either because there's always that one receiver.
And he absolutely fails the name test. Can we talk about that real quick?
I like Puka Nacua. That's a fire name.
That's a terrible name.
Freaking BYU legend.
Nah.
But no, like I was trying to say, Joshua Kelly, regardless of anything, he should be number 1 on anybody's board. Right now, Puka Nacua is the favorite name because of the monster game he had against Seattle. That's not sustainable. What Puka Nacua did is not sustainable.
Right.
I might be eating my words soon. Maybe Puka.
I don't think what the Rams did is sustainable. Yeah. I don't know. I think they're starting 11 rookies or like second-year players.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Yeah, they're not gonna be good.
But like, I don't think the Puka Nacua thing is sustainable. I might eat my words. He might be freaking the next, Pro Bowl receiver to be there with Cooper Kupp if he comes back.
Unbelievable.
But I'm not saying that. Yeah. I don't believe that could happen.
Well, I will say Van Jefferson, drop him.
I just get rid of him.
If you have Van Jefferson, drop him.
Yeah, but the number one guy that I think anybody should be going for, and if you're going fab, get Joshua Kelly.
Yep.
Just drop as much as not all of it. Okay, I'm putting it.
So, like for instance, right?
Don't use all of it.
For instance, I will tell you how much in my main league. I'll tell you how much I'm putting up on Joshua Kelly. I'm putting $33.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so
that's fair.
I'm dropping Tajay Spears because if Derrick Henry gets hurt, whatever.
But the thing is, wait, don't drop Spears.
But like, here's the thing: I could drop Spears. I really can't drop anybody else though.
Don't drop Spears. Because
would you drop Njigba? Like,
because you won't believe this, and I didn't believe it either when I saw it. Spears outsnapped Derrick Henry.
What?
Spears outsnapped Derrick Henry.
He had 4 touches though.
He outsnapped him. It's insane.
That's
It's
actually
insane.
nuts.
He played more than Derrick Henry. I saw the little stat. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
So would you? So I'm not dropping Dotson, Mitchell, or Njigba. So who should I drop in Njigba?
No.
Exactly.
Because Locke gets hurt as well.
Exactly.
No, I guess it might be Spears. No, but no. Just seeing, I just saw that stat on Ty J Spears. I couldn't believe it because
that's nuts. That's actually crazy.
It is insane. Like I saw it earlier. It was just like why? Like why was he getting more runs?
That's ridiculous.
But that's not the point. Joshua Kelly spend at least 40%. I'm going rogue. I'm spending
like 50. I mean 40% is dude. Like we also have to like understand here. Come like week 13,
Fab is irrelevant.
Like nobody's gonna have money.
Yeah.
Like I remember towards the end of the year last year, I had like $10 and I was putting like 2 on defenses. Like because at that point, either you have everybody and there's not going to be another dude who breaks out.
The craziest Fab expenditure that I could ever remember was, I think, 2 years ago. I want to say.
Yeah.
And a guy in my league spent $80 of his Fab budget on Elijah Mitchell. That's the only one I can remember.
It worked.
It worked perfectly.
Now you want to
like I was like trying to say, week 1, everybody thought that the hell who's that running back? The Ohio State running back or Oklahoma? I don't remember. Like he's on the Eagles now, or was on the Eagles.
Carry on.
No. Like right now.
He's on the Eagles now.
Right now.
Trey Sermon.
He's
not on. He might be on the practice squad, but he got cut.
Okay, but that's not the point. I was trying to remember the name. You remember Trey Sermon? He got drafted by the Niners,
and everybody thought it was
going to be Trey Sermon. Mm-hmm. And then week 1, you saw Elijah Mitchell. Be the guy?
Is there anybody else who will play literally anybody, regardless of draft position, than Kyle Shanahan?
I don't think there is because you just saw it with Brock
like
Purdy. And
Trey Lance. Lot of teams will like always go with like, for instance, Trey Sermon would have got everything because we drafted him. We have high draft capital. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
And I respect that. Good, I respect that.
As long as
I don't like the Niners or their fans, but I respect Kyle Shanahan.
And the other one, and the other guy that I would go for, that I mean, it's very obvious as well, is I don't. People are enamored. People are enamored with Justice Hill.
I'm not. I'm staying away. I'm staying away from all Ravens.
I like Gus Edwards.
I'm staying away from all of them.
Gus Edwards.
Because I want to tell you my guy. Because I knew you'd go Joshua Kelly. I'm going Kyron Williams.
Easy.
I would probably put 20% on him. But Cam Akers was in the doghouse last year.
And he's done.
He looks cooked.
He's done.
Like, dude. What else is there to say?
I have never.
And Kyron Williams looked pretty damn good.
I have never in my life. Like, when I saw that Kyron Williams got 15 rushes, I was like, okay, like, they made him the guy. It's just like they gave more touches to him than Cam Akers. And then I went to see Cam Akers. It was like, this man got 22 carries.
And 27.
And he got 29 yards.
So
like, bad. How does that happen? How do you get 29 yards on 22 carries? That doesn't happen.
Terrible,
like,
dude.
And he got that, that touchdown, whatever. Doesn't matter. 29 yards on 22 carries is foul. That is foul. Like
it's so bad.
I would not put you out there ever again if I gave you 22 carries.
Unless you're unless you have a track record.
Dude.
He doesn't. So
he doesn't. 22 carries.
That's terrible.
He got 29 yards. He got an RB1 workhorse workload.
I had 29 yards.
He got 29 yards. It's just, he's done. He's done. I would go for Kieran Williams as well, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because Cam Akers, no, I'm sorry. It's just, there's no saving that. Like, there's no justifying that. No. It's just, last year he ended the season great. Cool. He started off the year the same way. He was
Mhm.
awful, terrible. But he wasn't 29 yards on 22 carries awful.
No,
Like I don't
so
think
bad.
like last year he just wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah,
And like, okay, not getting the ball, that hurts you. Like Jahmyr Gibbs, he didn't get the ball. He made most of his opportunities,
dude.
but he didn't get the ball.
Why draft somebody with the 12th overall pick if
It makes sense because the Falcons did the same thing with Bijan. If
they
you
did
think
do the
about
same
it,
thing?
the
They
Falcons
did do
did
the
the
same
same
thing.
exact
Yeah,
thing with Bijan.
they did.
But Gibbs is smaller.
Yeah.
He is not. He was never gonna be the workhorse guy. Like he
Mhm.
was gonna get all the touches. Like everybody was saying the same thing with Pollard. Pollard is bigger than him,
He is. Yeah.
and but Gibbs,
Pollard's not a small dude though.
he's stocky.
Yeah,
But
but like so is Eckler, and like I mean,
yeah,
he's been in the league a while. Like yeah, he gets dinged up here and there, but
Gibbs,
Gibbs is small, dude.
he's small.
Yeah.
Like Gibbs is still a rookie. Like it makes sense to ease him in.
Right.
That's why I wasn't didn't want him, to like believe in him too early because
Yeah.
I feel
I
like they're
mean,
gonna ease him in.
but here's the thing.
That's
Like,
why you signed David Montgomery.
yeah, which is fine. I don't like David Montgomery because the Bears, he always cost me with the Bears. Like I know you had him the one year he went off in the final 4 weeks.
That's my boy.
That's the only year I didn't have him. Every year I had him, he sucked.
David Montgomery has a special place in my heart.
I will say
for those final 2 months.
I will say every time Jahmyr Gibbs touched the ball,
He looked electric.
It looked incredible. Like I was like, Jesus.
That his last run was like a 20-yard gain,
and his 40 time was on display.
Yeah,
full
he
display.
Outran the defense. Yeah, he got the edge and he was gone. I mean, he got tackled because of an angle. But he was gone. He got a long game because of that.
I do want to mention one more guy, and that's going to be Romeo Dobbs. Just because Christian Watson's dealing with a hamstring injury, they linger. But even if they don't, I like Romeo Dobbs a lot.
Would he be wide receiver too?
There?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
but like it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me, but no, he's definitely the number 2. But it wouldn't shock me by year's end if he's the number 1. Like
I was thinking the same thing last year
at all.
I was thinking Romeo Dobbs was gonna be the guy because Romeo Dobbs is very good.
He's very good.
Very good receiver.
Yeah. He's good in the red zone. We saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all that matters in fantasy.
And if we have the belief in,
he's not gonna have 2 touchdowns every week, right? But I like Jordan Love.
And it's like the conversation. It's like the conversation we were having with George Pickens and Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
A receiver goes where his QB goes.
Yes.
Pickett,
I mean, Antonio Brown sucked with Michael Vick. Like, and we're talking about the greatest wide receiver I've ever seen. So you're right.
George Pickens, better receiver than Romeo Dobbs. I don't think I'm dumb for saying that.
No.
But Jordan Love right now is a way better quarterback than Kenny Pickett
agree.
So, and like a lower talented guy, he still has talent. He's still very good. And Romeo Dobbs is more valuable than a George Pickens is right now. And George Pickens was getting drafted and Romeo Dobbs wasn't.
Yep.
So I would use Romeo Dobbs. I would like you said, I would go for him specifically because of the QB play.
I would go for him over Puka Nacua just because like you have to think like there's going to be somebody that drops money on him and you just swoop in and take Romeo Dobbs instead.
Puka Nacua right now is the favorite. Everybody wants him.
Which is fine with me because Romeo Dobbs wouldn't be owned in my league, but I checked Yahoo. He's only owned in 32% of leagues, so he's worth talking about.
Yeah, it's just because, but it's also part because not a lot of people, the Green Bay Packers offense, I fell for the same trap as well.
Going in, you're like,
was a huge question mark.
Yeah,
you didn't know what they were going to be, and the fact that they showed week 1 that we might be a little competent,
right?
Eased a little bit of the nerves, and I would, I'm very good with going for Romeo Dobbs, especially if Jordan Love is going to sustain that level of play that he did in week 1. If he could sustain it, Romeo Dobbs is through the roof. I mean, and Christian Watson, when he comes back, he will be even better. But, like Romeo Dobbs, I would go for
I will say, if you have Juju, drop him.
Dude, He's so funny to me. It's just I don't know. I just can't laugh whenever I think of Juju just because of that one report that came out last week.
What came out?
They said that his knee is a bomb. And
His knee is a bomb.
His knee is a ticking time bomb.
Well, he's already slow, so it might as well blow up.
No. But when they were saying like, it's like, yo, Juju might be cooked. His knee is a ticking time bomb. I just can't think. Like, it's so awful to laugh.
There's never been a bigger fall off, in my opinion, at that position.
Well, yeah.
His rookie year was like that was on par with like Odell's rookie year. Like I don't think I'm exaggerating here. He had what do you have? Let me look at like obviously
he had
like
a great year, but
number wise, like obviously Odell. I mean, you saw it. He's way more talented.
Yeah, but Odell was also the number one. He was the number two.
Yeah, but he cooked though. And
because he was the number two.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like his numbers were great. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. What do you have? No, it was his second year. It wasn't his rookie year. 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 111 catches. Like, I don't know where that guy is. And I know, like you said, he was the number 2 behind the greatest wide receiver of his generation. But, like, he just fell off.
Yo, this might be crazy, but another receiver I might like, and it's that same offense. Like, I would drop Juju, like you said, and it just reminded me.
Kendrick Bourne?
I'd pick up Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah. Going back to Nakua, I'd rather have Tutu Atwell. I'm not picking up any of these dudes. I just rather.
I wouldn't get him. Yeah, I wouldn't get.
I know. Don't pick him up. Nobody picked this dude up, but River Crackcraft or whatever pissed me off all game because I have Jalen Waddle in like every league, and it was always him or Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Dobbs, Bourne. If you have Juju, just drop him. I like Bourne.
He's terrible. I brought him up because I see that he's still like 70% owned. He kick rocks. I would drop Marquise Brown. I know he had an okay game. That team is horrible.
Yeah,
and when they play better defenses, he's not going to have 7 fantasy points.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sky Moore. I don't like Sky Moore.
I mean, but that's all they have though. Yeah, and it's Mahomes.
Why isn't Ross playing?
Huh? Ross. I told you he's a practice squad guy. Like he's just cut.
Why?
He had a spinal injury, bro.
Yeah, but that was 3 years ago.
It's a spine. You try to come back from your spine being freaking gone.
Do you like Addison? He's owned, obviously, but
yeah, he's owned. But I if Kirk looked good, like I will say, he looked. I mean, in the first half,
he looked like Kirk.
In the first half, second half, he trailed off a little bit. But like in the beginning,
dude, it's so easy to beat that team.
The Vikings?
You just literally try your best to shut down Justin Jefferson, you win the game.
Yeah, because I mean, like the second half, you saw it in the second half.
Yeah,
that's when the Buccaneers had their comeback.
Yep,
homeboy had 12 yards.
Yep, dude.
But Jordan Addison, if you could use him as the big play guy. Just another guy just to take off from Justin Jefferson. I like Jordan Addison.
Right.
And with Kirk Cousins not looking as horrible.
No, I mean, it's Kirk Cousins. Like Thursday night's a primetime game. Against the Eagles, he tends to not do very well against either of those things. But we'll see how he goes. I will say, so Baker Mayfield started the game 3 for 11, and I was calling for Kyle Trask. I was like, please. But he turned it around. I will say I'm not worried about Mike Evans at all. I mean, he just, no matter who the quarterback is, he gets his. Yeah, he's going to have his 0-point game. That happened with Brady, But he's going to have his 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns because that's Mike Evans.
That game was.
That's what he does. Horrible. Dude, 3 for 11. I wanted to kill myself.
No, but like Mike, I'm talking about Mike Evans. Like that game, like week 1, just like you shut me up. Like he had a good game.
Dude, is he a Hall of Famer?
Ooh.
I mean, he's only 30. Like that's not like old, but it's not young for receivers. He has 1,000 yards in every season. He almost has 10,000 career yards already.
If it was the Basketball Hall of Fame, I would say yes. But the NFL is more like, I feel like it's more exclusive.
No, it definitely
is harder to get in. But I don't think he's first ballot, but I think he eventually makes it.
Yeah, I agree. I will say Rachaad White. I don't know, man.
I'm not touching him.
I don't know. I was high on him last year. I was kind of high on him coming into this year. I don't own him in anything, but yeah, I didn't like what I saw week 1.
Did Godwin do anything? I didn't even pay
He had
attention.
5 catches, 51 yards. I mean, that's Chris Godwin.
That's a Godwin.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. I feel like if he's your wide receiver 3, you can't do better. I mean, obviously you could do better, but like I'm fine if he's my wide receiver 3.
A guy that I brought up last week that I was very high on, but I wasn't. I was like, oh, if you have him in your starting lineup, I'd be a little worried. And that's Zay Flowers.
Nope.
I am starting him every week.
Yep.
From now on, because wow, that game, it's against the Texans, granted. Okay, big. The favorite word that the announcers had this past week was asterisks, but Zay Flowers, my God.
I mean,
every time he got his yak ability is insane.
I think an asterisk, regardless who they're playing. I mean, Lamar threw for 169 yards. Like, if Lamar throws for 250, Zay Flowers is getting that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Odell, don't just drop him.
And another guy, big fan of him. I didn't bring him up last week, but a big fan of him now. And I think he could be a league winner if you manage to get him because of his relatively low ADP. Michael Pittman.
Yes.
My God. He's going to cook in that offense with Anthony Richardson specifically because...
And I was low on him to start the year.
Anybody would be low on him. It makes sense. Like, you're going into it with a rookie with, his expectation for the year was to, learn the position that everybody said he was a few years away. He's very raw.
Right.
And, it was good of seeing Steichen, ease him in. And what's it called? Michael Pittman fits that perfectly. He's not a guy that's going to be going downfield and catching all these bombs. Does he have the ability? Yes, he does. But with having Anthony Richardson as his QB, the perfect thing to have is a Michael Pittman that you could put him in with those short yardage and he can make something out of nothing. Mm-hmm. That screenplay is just perfect for that. He caught his 40-yard touchdown. I'm guessing it was a 45-yarder. I do not remember what it was. It was just a screenplay. Right. My man caught it, at the sticks, line of scrimmage, and he took it all the way.
Yep.
And that's beautiful for Anthony Richardson. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
And in fantasy, that just helps. That's points. And he's the wide receiver 1. Alec Pierce, whatever. He showed me nothing.
Nothing. He never
Joshua
has
Downs.
I don't understand his hype.
Josh Downs, he looks like he's something. He's still a ways away.
Yep.
Michael Pittman, he is the one league winner that I could see. Like, me in my league, I got him in the 7th or 8th round. Mm-hmm. For that production, in that round, you take it all the way.
I totally agree. So I dropped a TikTok earlier. I don't know if you saw it. It was like my buy low candidates. I'm going to give you 3 right off the bat. It's Terry McLaurin, it's Dallas Goedert, and it's Javonte Williams. All 3 of them I would buy low on right now.
Yeah. Terry specifically, he did not have
one. I mean, and he came in hurt.
Yeah.
They didn't really throw the ball. I saw Brian Robinson had like 20 carries for like 40 yards. I told you, look, they both suck. Gibson did nothing. Robinson, I think, scored, but he did nothing.
Yes, the Terminator. That's my boy.
The Terminator. Look, I love the Terminator. I actually do love the Terminator.
But Terry specifically, it makes sense.
Yeah, I would get him. Dallas Goedert.
He got 5 points, and that's not Terry.
No.
And Sam Howell is better than that.
Yeah,
that would
for
hope.
Sure.
Like, they won the game, but it was still the Cardinals. But yeah, like, buy low.
No, Terry, but like I mentioned in the TikTok, like, I'm buying low on Terry. Forget about his skill. I mean, he's great. Just the fact that, like, they're going to be losing a lot.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be running with Brian Robinson for 2 yards a carry. Like, they're going to be chucking the ball up.
They were allowed to do that because it was the Cardinals.
Because they're playing the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert, 100%. So I don't like tight ends. But if you could get him for cheap, I would get him. And Javonte Williams was on a minutes limit or whatever, and he had 17 touches. So if that's what he's going to get on a minutes limit, I'm all for it.
Because, I mean, what's the other option? What was it? Samaje Perine?
Yeah, which he looked okay.
He looked good in his opportunities, but
if this is a minute, if he's on a snap count, I would like to know how many touches he gets when he's not on the snap count.
Yeah.
And he looks pretty good coming off an ACL tear. So the ACL tear is. You can't buy low on Breece Hall, but I'm all in.
After that game, no, you couldn't. Before
the
year started,
I'm all in on Breece Hall, though.
He looked fantastic.
He's amazing.
His first 2 carries were like 60 yards.
Trade Dalvin Cook if you can.
Now,
do you have any buy low?
I gotta think. Because the guy that I was very interested
I'll tell you one of my sell highs. It's the only one I really have for week 1. And you're not going to like it, but, I mean, Brandon Ayuk, dude. I mean, you could probably get some crazy shit for him right now, I would think. Or just try it. Like, for instance, who would you want rest of the season, DK or Brandon Ayuk?
I mean, rest of the year, DK.
Yeah. So, like, Brandon Ayuk for DK. Maybe somebody's like, people are dumb. People don't know what they're doing. People use trade analyzers,
People do use the Rado trade. I've been made aware of that. But no, like what I was gonna do, you bring up Ayuk. What really caught me by surprise was I looked at his points. Like I knew he scored his touchdowns.
He scored twice, yeah.
Yeah, I saw he scored, but I had no idea about what else he did. When I saw he had 36 points, I was like, what the hell happened? Like, I saw the rest of the 49ers points. I was just like, Debo had 11. Kittle had like 6. I mean, McCaffrey had 40 or whatever he had.
Dude, I think he might get that every game.
Yeah, dude's an animal.
Like, it's not even that. Like, Kyle Shanahan, what's his name? Devonta Freeman, right?
Yeah.
He was great with Kyle Shanahan. Christian McCaffrey is 50 times better than him. Like, it wouldn't shock me if he goes for like 2,400 total yards or something crazy like that, which would be 1,608. Like, that's possible.
Dude, it's just insane. Because it just doesn't. I don't think there's a player like that. Like, no, I just don't think there's a single player like that. Like, no matter what, like any game he plays, he's gonna have his 20.
Yeah,
every game.
He doesn't even have to score.
He doesn't.
And when he does, you get last week. And let's say he scored one more time. I mean,
yeah.
If they weren't winning 43-12, he probably would have got more, which is scary.
Very. A guy that I would buy low on, that he started off the year, a little bit like with a question mark, but like I'm very high on him, and I would buy low is Ramondre Stevenson.
I agree.
That game against it's Philly, dude. That Philly run defense is insane. Like Zeke had himself a game. Like that's fair to say.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm very impressed at this. Like last year, it looked like he didn't want to play football. He's in really good shape.
Yeah.
I'll give credit.
But last year he was hurt. Like that's the thing.
And he shaved his facial hair. I don't know if that's like a Patriots thing. I don't think so because Edelman had.
Yeah, Edelman had his beard.
Yeah, but he just looks different. He looks slim.
Easily buy low. Easily buy low on Ramondre.
I totally agree.
Zeke is not going to take anything away from him.
Maybe an occasional red zone, but
but Ramondre, he's so much better than what he showed. 2 yards a carry.
He came in with an illness, by the way.
Yeah, he's never going to have those 2 yards of carry. That was never him.
I don't know. Milton Williams, Fletcher Cox,
Jalen
Carter. Like, come on, dude. I'm not running on them.
Nobody is. Even the Cowboys, whenever that they were like at their best with running the ball, they would be in hell with the Eagles. But yeah, I really like Ramondre. I think you could get him very cheap. I just think people just saw that performance and they saw Zeke also play, and they're going to be a little too.
Yeah, I would. And the Patriots always have two guys, and one of them is always better than the other. And we don't have to explain. We don't have to explain who's going to be better. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't have to do that.
And sell high. Let me see. This one's stupid. I know it doesn't make any sense.
Jacoby Myers?
No, it's if he's not your handcuff. If he's not your handcuff and you manage to get him, I would sell Algier to the Bijan owner.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yep.
I would do whatever I can to sell Tyler Algier to whoever has Bijan in your league, because my God, the offense,
And
the
that's the
rushing
thing,
offense.
right? So, like, I'm more comfortable with trading somebody's handcuff to them than trading a handcuff to somebody else. Because,
Yeah.
like, I know that if Bijan were to get hurt, okay, that dude's not upgrading 2 positions.
Yeah.
He's just keeping his safety on 1. So, like,
Yeah.
if I was to trade Algier to somebody who has, like, McCaffrey, and then Bijan gets hurt, that dude won the league.
Yeah, he won the league.
Yeah, so, like, always trade handcuffs to the guy with the starter.
And the one with the
my
starter
opinion.
will be more motivated to make that trade
100%.
because
Like,
they
for
want
instance,
that
I traded Zach Charbonnet for
to
Elijah Mitchell earlier in the year
yeah.
because I had McCaffrey,
And the guy has Kenneth Walker.
So, like, it just made sense. You know what I mean? I wasn't hurting. Like, if Kenneth Walker gets hurt, that dude just has safety. I'm not helping somebody out, really.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
You have Algier, sell him.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have Bijan.
Yeah. If you have Bijan, definitely
and you
keep
have
him,
Algier,
dude.
keep
Start
him.
both, to be honest.
Start both. But if you have Algier, you just drafted him, you know, he was one of the late round guys that you got. Whoever has Bijan, trade him to him. By any means, just don't go rogue either.
No.
Trying to, you know, say, oh, you want Algier? Oh, let me get Terry McLaurin, or let me get DK.
Yeah, like you're not getting them dudes.
Like be justifiable, you know. If you want a DK, you know, send over like your wide receiver 2 or something along with Algier.
Yeah.
They'll be motivated to do it, but try to make the trade by trading Algier if you have him. If you're lucky enough to have Tyler Algier, make that trade, because his value is it's high right now, because nobody expected him to get 15 carries at all in this game.
Right.
And you know that might continue, it might not. You know, they might just be trying to ease in Bijan and make him a workhorse. We don't know that.
Which, like, probably is the case, but they ran 48 plays, okay?
Yeah.
So if Bijan's going to be the workhorse, let's say he gets 20 touches, who's to say Algier won't get 10?
Yeah.
And,
well,
like,
okay, well, no,
that's only 30 running back touches. If they had 53 plays, like 48 plays is so low.
Yeah.
Like, that's unheard of. Teams average like 60.
They were also having short fields.
They were.
Yeah. That plays in part with,
and they are going to run the ball 50% of the time. That's just what they do.
They're going to run him. They're going to run him more.
Yeah. So, like, even if Bijan was to get 20 touches a game, I still think Algier will get 10.
And
that's
makes
Arthur
sense.
Smith.
That's a flex.
That's a flex. Yeah. I mean, I have Javonte Williams in my flex in my big league, so I wouldn't start him over him, but like I would start him over a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And I will say, I will go to one other player. I don't think you could sell high, but the Bears used all 3 of their running backs, and that scared me. I love Khalil Herbert. Rashawn Johnson looked better.
That's my guy.
We know. Horns down. But yeah, I don't know. That scared me. Khalil Herbert only had 1 more touch.
Yeah, I was kind of, and that's. And Khalil Herbert didn't even have a bad game. Like, when you look at it, like you look at his numbers, he didn't have a bad game. But yeah, like you said,
he had 12 touches for 64 yards.
That also might be in part that they were losing by 30.
Yeah.
And who knows? But I'd be kind of worried by.
I don't know if I'd start him next week against the Bucs. I'll say that.
Herbert?
Yeah.
I'd have to say. I think I'm forced to start him in my league.
Yeah, if you're forced to start him, then yeah. Would you buy low on Jalen Waddle? I don't know who's selling him low, but maybe
nobody's selling him low.
Maybe somebody saw Tyreek have 40 points and said, "I'm done. This dude will never get anything."
It's week 1. If it's like week 5 and it's the trend is going like that, I would. But now it's too early. But a guy that I would sell high is Zay Flowers. Or keep him.
Kenneth Walker didn't practice today.
He didn't?
No.
Well, thank God I have Charbonnet.
He has a ribs injury. I'm not Kenneth Walker. I'm sorry, Kenneth Gainwell.
I wouldn't touch anybody from that
No,
team.
I wouldn't either. But that leaves Swift by himself. I mean, I'm sure they'll activate Penny, but I doubt they'll use him. They didn't use Swift,
And
which
they
is
got
very weird.
you got two touches or 2 snaps.
Very weird.
They traded, what was it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like a 6-rounder.
Yeah, 6th-round pick, and then if he like leaves in free agency, they get it back or something. That's just how comp works. But no, I wouldn't start any of them. But that just came across my phone.
That Gainwell is out or like not practicing.
Yeah, two days in a row, rib, and they play on Thursday. So.
Ooh, okay, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's. And who did you say they play? The Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think a little bit.
I mean, I would hope you're not in that predicament to where you have to start DeAndre Swift. But
yeah. Yo, what a fall from grace. Honestly, what a fall from grace from DeAndre Swift.
I'll tell you what. That's why I didn't want any part of Jahmyr Gibbs. It's nothing against Jahmyr Gibbs, but I'm telling you this right now. I was high on Amir Abdullah. He sucked. I was high on Kerryon Johnson. He sucked. And I was high on DeAndre Swift. And, like, I'm not going to say he sucks because the talent's there when he plays, but he sucks, okay? Yeah. That's 3 for 3 on the Lions. So, by default, I can't touch Jahmyr Gibbs. And because of that, I hope he's good for everybody who has him.
Yeah. I mean, I was very high on Jahmyr Gibbs in coming out of the draft. Yeah. I didn't think he would be the number 12 player drafted, but I was very high on Gibbs. I thought he was the second guy, behind Bijan, as everybody did. But like I knew he had a little niche spot where he could be like a little Alvin Kamara, very, very similar to that. Not get all the rushes because I don't want him to die.
Yeah.
But having him out there at least catching passes and making most of his talent, it was just insane not seeing him play. But like It made sense. But if let's say it's week 5 or 6 and it's still going the same way, I'd be a little worried. But
I agree.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he will eventually, be given not the lion's share, but it'll be more, instead of it being like 70-30, David Montgomery and I almost said Swift, but Gibbs.
I think if it's a full 50-50 split, Gibbs is a lock RB2.
Yeah.
If Montgomery gets hurt, we don't have to duh. That's top 5 potential.
Yeah, easily. But I feel they'd get a Kareem Hunt or something in that situation because I really don't think they want to run him every play. I really don't. It just doesn't make sense.
No. And that's never been, as long as Dan Campbell's been there, that's never been their good. Like, that's never been their thing.
Yeah, Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift last year.
And I want to end it on one thing. If you can, buy low because he's suspended another 2 games. Get Alvin Kamara. The Saints run game looks like my ass.
Dude,
so that's all
I was so disappointed with Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
My God.
I would go get Kamara. I wouldn't. For instance, I would maybe try to trade Algier for him. Like, who knows? Like, if the dude starts 0-2, or like he lost and he got killed, his running back sucked because he drafted him, Alvin Kamara. You package Algier and somebody else because you're obviously, if you drafted Algier, you didn't plan on starting him.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, but I'm all in on Alvin Kamara after watching the Saints.
They need him so bad.
They need him so bad.
They need him desperately because I drafted Jamal Williams.
I drafted him a couple leagues. I mean, he was a starting running back 10th round. Like, okay, that's really what it is.
And when I saw him with the Lions, he wasn't that bad.
No,
he was just.
The Lions were another team like the Chargers last year, by the way.
Yeah,
they just kept dying at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Jamal Williams kept getting 1-yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
But even before that, like he was still having good games.
He was,
and like his yards were decent. But yesterday, holy crap! Like it was. I felt like looking at it looked the same as what's his face did. Freaking Cam Akers.
Yeah,
it was just as bad. And I was just like, wow.
And like I don't think the Tennessee has a frightening run defense. Like they don't scare me.
That's why I said that I could see them lose. You said
Right.
that they could be in every game. I don't see it because of that that defense isn't world beater. You don't see it like that.
I'll end it. I said I'll end it after the Alvin Kamara thing. I just want to mention one thing. Chris Olave is so good. I just want to end it like that. Michael Thomas sucks. If you have him, drop him, trade him, do whatever you want.
Drop him is insane, but yeah, trade him.
Yeah. And that'll be all for me. Anything else?
The Cowboys are amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
40-0.
40-0. Super Bowl. What is it? 58 this year. Super Bowl 58. We're coming. Every time they start talking.
We coming.
Every time they start talking.
I'm not saying Super Bowl, but we coming.
But we're coming. All right.
Like everyone. That boy, like my boy Dion. My boy Dion said, coming. We coming.
We're coming.
That's what he says.
We're coming to a second round playoff loss to the Niners. We're coming.
They're fucking destroying the Niners.
Nah. All right, everyone. Peace.